Hey guys, welcome to my channel Lord of the Law. My name is Prateek Verma from Law Center 1, Faculty of Law, University of Delhi. In last video, we saw the definition of the preamble and we also knew the importance of the preamble and whether preamble was the part of the constitution or not. And in this video, I'll discuss aspirations and the ideals of the preamble. And before that, you can subscribe to my channel and you can also follow Lord of the Law on Facebook. Links are given in the description box. Now see, aspiration. This is what you want. This is what you aspire for. You means the citizen of India. What do you aspire as being an Indian citizen from this country? It's equality, liberty, justice, fraternity. And see, what you aspire for, you get only provided India is an ideal country, which is sovereign, secular, socialist, democratic, republic. If America tells India that please do not give this kind of facilities to minorities or do not give this much of liberty to women, then can you feel this section of people will feel sense of justice? No. Equality? No. So America should not tell what to do. We should decide what is good for us. And when we decide what is good for us, then we are sovereign. Sovereignty means samprabhuta. In general, if I ask you, are you sovereign? No. See, what you will do is decided by your parents. And when you try to assert yourself, they will cut the money supply. You cannot say I am fully sovereign because what you decide is also dependent upon wish of your parents. Sovereignty means a condition or a situation with somebody where he is completely independent to take his or her own decision and he is not under the pressure, external or internal, that I want to do this but I am doing this under the pressure of somebody else. If you are doing what you really want to do, then you are completely sovereign. Now the issue is about country India. सवाल ये है that is India sovereign? Is India always doing what India wants? अब आप देखो, today we are living in the era of LPG, liberalization, privatization and globalization. Before 1990, every country was living within its shell. They were producing in the limits. They were not getting affected that what's happening outside. Today that's not the case. Today the whole world is now getting interconnected. What you are doing is doing because of the influence of others also. Now under LPG we have joined many organizations and for example WTO. Now see patent laws. Though it relates to IPR, intellectual property rights, I am just giving you an idea. Patent matlab if I have invented something, then only I can sell it. Nobody else can sell it. Now the rules of patent which prevailed in India was this. Let's say there is a German company Bayer which is producing a drug X and this is a cancer drug, and to produce the drug the company follows this route, means this reaction, and this process is process number 1. By following this chemical reaction, this company is making its product which is used to treat cancer. Now one stripe of this medicine costs 70,000 rupees, and 70,000 which is the 2 month salary of many people in India. So how they can afford it every week? Unfortunately they will die. Considering the poverty of India, Indian companies are very smart. They developed the same formula but without using the process number 1. They followed different process, a different chemical reaction and achieved the same product. Process number 2 follow करके हमने भी same चीज बना लिया. Now what we are following is process patent. Process patent मतलब we declared to the whole world that when we develop this material, we will not follow this path. That is process number 1. We will not follow the chemical reaction followed in process number 1. Though following some other chemical reaction, we can develop the same thing and we will sell it. हमने भी X बना दिया. The medicine which was of 70,000 rupees, now we are selling it at 70 rupees. And when we are doing this for the sake of poor people, so that they can also come out of the cancer. अब देखो, the cause is noble, but the German company got offended because they are losing money. They forced German government that you please take other developed countries and you raise this issue in the WTO. Then WTO brought some changes in its patent law, and WTO forced India to stop this kind of liberty that the company of India can form the same product by using some other process. And they said that from now on, India should change its patent law by which they will say that we don't follow process patent, we will follow product patent. Now India has declared that whether by process A or by process B or any other process, we will not form X. We modulated our law. We gave up. We said, okay, WTO, we will not make this product because you had an objection. Though let me tell you, there are still options available to make the product, parallel import, compulsory licensing, but that's beyond our discussion. कहने का मतलब ये है that India had to bow down. India had to change its rule of patent under the pressure coming from WTO. WTO said, if you want to take advantage of being the member of WTO, then you have to change the laws. And we changed the laws. अब बताओ कहाँ है sovereignty? If we had been sovereign, we would not have changed our laws. This was the first example. Now second is Iran, for example. We were having oil deals with Iran. In fact, Iran used to be very good friend of India earlier, and we were importing oil from Iran, and in return we gave them money. Now America put pressure on India that do not deal in oil with Iran. We stopped. Now it's said that India actually came under the pressure from America. जापान के साथ भी ऐसा ही हुआ. We had nuclear deal with Japan. Japan said we will sign the deal with India only when India agrees that tomorrow if India does a nuclear explosion, Japan will cut all the supplies to India, fuel and technology, even without giving notice. Initially India said it's not good. All our reactors will be running on Japanese fuel, on Japanese technology. Now if we do nuclear explosion, you will cut the supply. Will not all the reactors become redundant? Initially, India said, if you want to do the deal, then most welcome, otherwise we will not sign the agreement. This was our initial stand. Later on, we diluted the stand and we said, whatever you want, we will sign. And India agreed that tomorrow if we have nuclear explosion and Japan cuts the supply without giving notice, we have no problem. Means we diluted our stand. Now when every time you are coming under the pressure of other countries, then what sovereignty you are talking about? Now see, Indian government has learnt a dialogue from Bollywood movie Bajigar and they applied it. And the dialogue is, कभी कभी कुछ जीतने के लिए कुछ हारना पड़ता है और हार के जीतने वाले को बाजीगर कहते हैं. Now Indian government applies the same thing. अब आप ये देखो, even under WTO pressure, we agreed to change our patent law. But if we change our patent law, agreed that for some time making medicine will be difficult for us. But don't you think that the open market which WTO will give to India, Indian economy will boom? And after that, we will fund the R&D here in India itself, by which we will be able to manufacture the drug in India without asking them to give the patent. तो जो फायदा हमें मिला, in return what benefit we got from WTO was much bigger than the loss we had by the amendment of the patent law. ऐसे ही जापान के साथ, we softened our stance. But don't you think by coming much closer to Japan, not only we will get nuclear fuel and nuclear technology, we will get a bigger ally to contest China? So it's not about ego. Diplomacy is never run on ego because what we are getting in return is friendship of Japan, which is much bigger than nuclear explosion. And already we have 100 nuclear bombs and it's plenty for the whole world. So this is not loss of sovereignty. This is bargain. Let me tell you, if required, India puts its foot down also. When Russia invaded Crimea, UN called for a sanction against Russia. Now this vote against Russia was sponsored by America. And America forced India that you have to vote against Russia when we bring the voting against Russia in UN. India openly said no, नहीं करते. Simply बोल दिया नहीं करेंगे, बात खत्म. So whenever we have to put our foot down, we put our foot down. But whenever in the larger interest of the country, we have to do little bit of compromise, we do. And that is not called as loss of sovereignty. We will never do compromise which is against the larger interest of the country. अब आप ये देखो, till now, did we leave Siachen? No. Let China feel offended? Whenever Dalai Lama wants to visit Arunachal, we arrange the visit. अगर loss of sovereignty होता, so we would have bowed down against China also. So this is it for the today's video, and in next video I'll talk about another ideas of the preamble, that is secularism. So you have subscribed my channel, and thanks for watching Lord of the Law.